Hey guys, welcome to Indie Constellation. Today we are going to discuss about the relationship between India and Ireland. Before that, let's see some of the country flags which were similar to Indian national flag and the fascinating mysteries behind them. First comes the Indian national flag, which was adopted on July 22, 1947. The color saffron in the flag represents courage and sacrifice. White is for peace and truth, and green stands for faith and chivalry. The navy blue colored spinning wheel in the center is Ashoka Chakra. It is a 24-spoke wheel. It means to show the self-sufficiency of Indians. Next comes the flag of Ireland, which was adopted in the year 1919. The flag has three equal tricolor vertical stripes in it. The green color symbolizes the Irish Catholics and the Republican cause, and the white is a symbol of peace, and the orange represents the Irish Protestants. Subsequently, the flag of Ivory Coast was officially adopted on December 3, 1959. The main difference between the flag of Ireland and Ivory Coast is the order of colors. The orange represents the savanna grassland, white stands for country rivers, and the green represents the coastal forest. The hindmost flag which we are seeing is the Niger, which was adopted on 23rd November 1959. See, the flag is very similar to Indian national flag. The ratio, shade of orange and symbol used are the only differences. They have three equal tricolor horizontal bands. The orange band represents the northern part of Sahara, the white band represents purity. Some people say that it symbolizes the river Niger. Green band is the symbol of fertile areas in southern Niger. There is also an orange circle in the center which represents both the sun and independence. Okay, let's move on to the main topic. When we talk to a random Irishman on Indian mythology like flying elephants, shapeshifters, multiple headed demons, he will know exactly what you're talking about. Why? Because the Irish have their own collection of fascinating Celtic tales filled with mythical creatures itself. In fact, just like India's Vedic culture, Ireland is steeped in myths and legends. So coming to the Vedic connection, just as Hindus text assert that life began when the river Ganga descended to earth from a Shiva's matted lock, similarly Celtic mythology has goddess Danu, the mother of all gods, who was born when a single drop of water fell onto a volcanic earth. Oh wow! In addition to it, Irish god Luck, a mighty king who controlled the skies, much like the king of heaven Lord Indra. And interestingly, our ancient belief systems were also recorded in Sanskrit and Irish Gaelic, belong to the same family of Indo-European languages. Do you love or know about Panjavatyam or Chandamelam? Then you will definitely know about Kambu. The Kambu from Kerala in southern India is similar to ancient Irish Celtic horn, that means a C-shaped horn. An archaeologist studying musical horn found a surprising musical link between ancient Europe and southern India. Rabindranath Tagore and William Butler Yeats' relationship is iconic of Indo-Irish connections, and the Irish poet's introductory remarks in Gitanjali. In St. Stephen's Green, an iconic Dublin park, lies a bust of Rabindranath Tagore's statue. Most notably, both won the Nobel Prize. The two countries had a similar fight against a common British Empire, and there were many ties between the respective movements of the independence. Many of the provisions of the Constitution of India were drawn from their Irish counterpart, the Constitution of Ireland. Independent leaders such as Jawaharlal Nehru and Imandi Valera were said to be in touch with each other. In March 2007, a road in Chanakyapuri, New Delhi was named Imandi Valera Marg to celebrate these historical links. Likewise, Vittalbhai Patel and Subhash Chandra Bose were also said to be in touch with Irish nationalist leaders. India was the first country in Asia with which Ireland established formal diplomatic links in 1947. The strongest tie between the two countries was the link of Annie Besant and sister Nivedita. Annie Besant from an Irish family but came to India and supported Indian self-rule. Sister Nivedita was an Irish teacher, social activist who was admired by the disciples of Swami Vivekananda. She met Swami Vivekananda in 1895 and she came to India in 1898. She opened a girls' school in Baghbazar area of Calcutta to educate girls who were deprived of even basic education. Okay, let's update some knowledge about Ireland. After many political changes, the constitution renamed the state Ireland in 1937. The population of Ireland in 2019 was approximately 49 lakhs. The language they speak is a Celtic language named Gaelic or Irish. Reliance, Crompton Greaves, Deepak Fasteners, Jain Irrigation System, Sapoji Palanji, Amneal Pharmaceuticals, Wipro, TCS, Infosys and HCL are the companies that are in Ireland. Do you know who is the richest man in Ireland? He is Palanji Mistry. And see, the currency is euro. It is equal to 87 rupees in Indian money. And finally, India is 47 times bigger than Ireland and approximately 91,520 Indian born were in Ireland. And thank you.